I'm Sinisa Estrada, Golden Boy Promotions undefeated world champion, and today I'm going to be showing you combination punching. First, we're going to start with a basic jab. There are many different types of jabs, but I'm going to show you a basic jab. So we're going to first extend our arm fully while pulling back our right shoulder to get that extension and that snap. And you always want to make sure that you bring your hand right back to your chin for that defense. And another thing you want to make sure you do is that your foot is rotating along with the punch, so you get that rotation in your hips and in your upper body. Number one thing is to make sure before you even start the combination and start throwing your jab that your elbows are always as close to your body as possible. You also want to make sure, besides bringing your left hand back to your chin, that your right hand is always glued to your chin while you're throwing the jab to protect yourself at all times. You also want to make sure that you're turning your thumb down, wrist is rotating. Next punch is the straight right hand. So first, you want to start off in the correct stance. You want to make sure that your shoulders are not squared. You're sideways just like this, and you're always on your back toe. To get that full rotation, make sure you're turning your ankle at the same time. And just like the jab, make sure that your hand is coming right back to your chin to protect yourself. So now I'm going to show you the right hand from a different angle so you can see how my chin is always tucked and my hand comes right back to my chin when I throw it, and I'm throwing it at eye level. So I'm not throwing it any lower or any higher. Next punch is the left hook, and just like the jab in the right hand, you want to make sure you start off with the basics, so your chin is tucked, your hands are by your jaw protecting your face, and your elbows are close together. You also want to make sure that you're not standing squared, you're standing at an angle, and each time you throw the left hook, your front foot, left foot, always rotates and turns up to get that rotation. And when you're throwing the left hook, the technique for the left hook is always an L shape and always straight across, just like this. And your thumb is turning up, up, always turning up. You want to make sure you don't injure your thumb or your hand by turning it a different direction. And as you're throwing it, you always want to make sure that you're pulling your right shoulder back, just like the jab, to get that extension and that whip on the left hook. Next punch is a right hook, and it's one of my favorite punches to throw. At times it's really hard to defend and very sneaky. So the technique is just as the same as the left hook, except we're throwing it with the right hand. So here we go. We're gonna rotate, stay on your back toe, and rotate all the way through. And you can throw this punch from different distances. This one is a shorter right hook, but if my opponent is a little further out, I can also extend my hand out and land it from a distance. Just like the left hook, I'm bringing my hands right back to my face to defend myself. Next punch is most exciting for me, and it's a liver shot. So I'm going to show you, it's going to be the same technique as all the other punches. You're going to make sure your elbows are close together, you're rotating, except this time you're going to rotate a little bit more. You're going to drop your right shoulder down to get that extension and to make sure you're close enough to land the shot. And also, arm is still in an L shape, just like throwing the left hook. this shot because you can go from offense to defense with it. So what I mean by that is if someone's throwing a jab or a right hand, you can slip to the inside and counter with your shot to the liver. Now the sixth and final shot is a right uppercut. You're going to make sure that you're dipping down at the right level, and you're going to pull back your left shoulder to get that rotation. And always make sure that your left hand is protecting your face at all times, staying in one spot, protecting yourself from a counter. And you also want to make sure that when you're throwing an uppercut, the uppercut, your elbows are as close to your body as possible, and the uppercut is as close as possible because you don't want to have to reach out and leave yourself open for a possible counter. Thumb is also rotating out, just like that. Your back foot is also rotating, just like the right hand. I hope you guys enjoyed learning this combination. Now I'm going to show you how it all flows together. So the best thing about combination punching is that you don't have to throw every punch hard or with power behind it. There's a reason why you throw certain punches at a certain speed and a certain strength. So, for example, if my opponent is moving back and I want to get that distance to get close to them and land that hard shot, I'll touch with the uppercut, touch with the hook and the right hand just to get closer and get inside, and then land that left hook. So I'm going to touch with the first few punches just so I can get in the range to land that last solid shot. So as I had mentioned before, throwing the left hook, there's different ways of throwing it. Basic left hook, throwing it when your opponent's close to you, but you can also reach out and extend your arm a little bit more to get that distance if your opponent is a little bit further out. So next we're going to work on the 1-2-3, which is pretty much the most basic combination in boxing because those are the first 3 punches that you learn when you walk into a boxing gym or when you start to learn the techniques of boxing. So remember, just like you've learned with all the other punches, you're going to keep your chin down, elbows tucked in on that back toe, and you're rotating from right to left and back to right. And I think you're shifting your weight, and I think that's the reason why this is such a common and the most easiest combination, because your body just flows together from right to left and back to right. So the next combination is a jab, jab, followed by the right hand. So remember, like I said, there's different types of jab. So with this one, I'm going to show you guys a bit of a different jab. This one is more of a short jab, just to get that extension on the second jab. And you're stepping in with your front foot on the second jab. As a fighter, we go through many adversities, not only inside of the ring, but outside of the ring. And I know that everyone is going through a very difficult time right now, and I really hope that this combination punching and all of these videos really help you guys get through this difficult time. Boxing is something that has kept me mentally strong and self-motivated during adversity and difficult times. So I really hope that you guys can take a piece of this video and just turn it into something positive, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. Thank you.